Activity 6. Assembling the car. In this activity, you will assemble the other components that make up the complete car. A quick note about datasets. You must have all the relevant Autodesk Fusion 360, F1 and Schools part files saved and properly loaded into the project. All project files that are required to complete the tutorial are provided in the dataset zip. Download the dataset file and extract these files to your computer. Do not modify the file structure of the dataset files. Fusion 360 is a cloud-based software. This means you have access to your project files anywhere, as long as your files are saved to a project or a folder in a project. We need a few files to complete our car, so let's upload them to our F1 in Schools project folder. Uploading a dataset. Let's open the data panel. Download from your computer and select Files. Locate your files and select all of them. Click Open and upload. These files will take a minute to upload. Now you'll have these files to access wherever you want and whenever you want, as long as you have an internet connection. Step 1. Adding the models. It is easier to start a new design for the fully assembled car. Click the File menu and select New Design. Go ahead and click Save and give it a suitable name. With the data panel open, right-click the car you've just created and select Insert into the drawing. Click Proceed. Click OK in the Move window that appears. Notice the browser window has changed slightly. The small top icon is now showing multiple blocks as opposed to a single block. This indicates that we are working on an assembly. Go back to the data panel and click on the straw support tubes. Right-click and insert into current drawing. Don't show the message again. Click Proceed. If necessary, rotate by 90 degrees. Select again and insert another one into the drawing. Again, rotate by 90 degrees if you need to. And pull forward. Click OK. Right-click the car model in the browser window and choose to make this your ground. This will prevent the car from moving around when you assemble the parts. Step 2. Locating the axle supports. Select Assemble Joints. Click the center of the support tube. Make sure Cylindrical is highlighted in the Joint window. This is Component 1. Now click Component 2 and select the hole inside the back of the body. You may have to zoom in to select the center of this part. The axle support tube will now locate within the car. Make sure Z-axis is selected in the Joint window. Click OK. Drag the straw to locate it in the center of the body. Do the same for the other axle support tube. Assemble, Joint, Capture Position. Select the center of the tube and the center of the hole in the body. Make sure Z-axis is selected and click OK. Again from the top, move the axle up until it's in the center of the body. You will note the axle support tubes are too long for our car body. If you look in the browser window and you see a chain link, right-click and select Break Link. Select Modify, press Pull, and the end of the axle support. View from above, the axle tube should sit flush with the body. You may need to right-click the body to move it to ensure that it's in the exact center. Click OK. Once again, press Pull, select the face, view from the top, and make flush with the body. Click OK. Do the same for the front axle. In the browser window, right-click the axle support tubes and click Ground to keep them from moving. You can unground them using the same method if you need to move them later. Save your work. Step 3. Assemble axles and wheel parts. Now you need to add 2 axles to the assembly using the same method as before. Find them in the data panel. Right-click, insert it into current drawing. Rotate 90 degrees. Click OK. Right-click, insert into current drawing. Move forward. Rotate 90 degrees. And click OK. Use the Assemble command to fit the axles inside the supports. Right-click to move the body if necessary. Make sure it's lined up in the center of the car. And click OK. Right-click the bodies in the browser window and select Ground and Capture Position. Now use the same joint process to put the washers over the axle and slide them up against the body. After you finish adding the washers, let's add 4 tires. Use the same assemble techniques to put the wheels on the axles. Select Joint, Rotate, select the inside cylinder of the tire and the inside cylinder of the axle. Choose Flip to flip the tire around. Rotate to the top and slide the tire up tight with the washer. Click OK and repeat the process for the other 3 tires. Make sure you're clicking Save along the way. Now it's time to add in 4 hubcaps. Click the light bulb beside the Joints folder to hide all the joint operations. Now you can add in the CO2 canister in the same way. Select Assemble, Joint, select the center of the canister, and the center of the canister cavity. Go to the top view, turn on Hidden Edges, and slide the canister into the hole. OK. Save your work. Finally, let's look at the Tetherline Guide's pilot holes by creating a new sketch. Rotate the car to the bottom, select Sketch, Line, click Continue, and select the bottom of the channel. Note, the Tetherline guides go in the Tetherline slot underneath the car. You must have 2. The technical regulations state that the front one must be in front of the front axle and the rear one must be behind the rear axle. They should be a minimum of 120 millimeters apart. Sketch 2 circles with a center point of 0.75 millimeters. Stay on the axis. Use the dimensioning tool and position the first circle 20 millimeters from the back edge. Select the other and the tip of the nose cone and make this a distance of 40. Select the centers of both the circles and you'll see that this is already a dimension of 150, well within regulation. Stop the sketch, rotate, select Modify, press Pull, select your sketch, and type in a value of -5. Click OK. Save your work. Now your vehicle's all set.